Welcome back, everyone. We have a great guest. We have Steven from 200 Stab Wounds. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, let's get into this. This is your follow-up record to your 2021 release. How is the writing recording process different compared to that one?
It's pretty much the same. I mean, we definitely got together a lot more for the first one
Hmm.
and kind of worked the songs out a little bit more. But I mean, for this one, it was pretty much the same. I mean, I'll demo stuff out of my house and then just kind of bring it to the guys. And if they feel that any songs need anything,
Hmm.
or if anything needs to be changed or added or whatever, then we'll work on it together. Or maybe they'll bring an idea to the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it was the same. Just demoed out at home, then kind of worked it that together.
Dang. And do you guys usually write your songs on tour? Do you guys do it separately?
Yeah, we usually do it separately. Yeah, we don't have time to do anything on tour like that. I mean, unless we have like 3 or 4 days off. But even then, I mean, we're not really trying to work on songs on our days off. We kind of just relax, or maybe sometimes mostly have to drive. So.
Well, that makes sense. And with this being 9 tracks, were any of these archived or reworked songs that you guys brought to this record?
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, Release the Stench we've had since before we even recorded the first record.
Mhm.
And that song was supposed to go on the first record, but we kind of voted against it. I don't remember why. But we had that one, and then Parasite is a song I've had for like most of the riffs I've had for like almost 6 years from
Dang.
like old bands that I played in. So yeah, there's a couple like that on here. Just maybe not like the full song, but a couple parts or whatever were old and archived stuff that we never really got to.
And then with this record, did any songs not make it on that you guys did, right?
Yeah, I think there's like one or two, but they weren't really full songs. They were more so just ideas, really.
That's
So they were
crazy.
never finished. They were never finished, but they were there. But we just kind of scrapped them for the time being. Maybe put them towards the next thing. But we felt like we had everything that we needed for this record.
Yeah, it's definitely solid record so far. Being a vocalist and guitarist in this band, what's your challenges you find performing live because you're singing and playing guitar?
Um, Sometime. I mean, it's for the most part, I'm pretty used to it now. But I mean, the biggest challenge is playing new songs. Because it's pretty much for me personally, it's muscle memory.
Mhm.
You know, so when you're playing something new that you've never played in front of people before, that gets pretty challenging. But I mean, just in general, is I guess was trying to focus on doing both well, because there'll be times where I start to focus a little more on guitar and then I forget I'm doing vocals too. And then, I have to focus in on that to make sure I don't blow my voice out or, end up sounding like shit. So that's probably the most difficult part for me.
Is there anything you do on tour that a lot of people I know they relax their vocals after the show, so and no talking, so they can do it for the next night or anything like
Yeah,
that?
no, I usually run my mouth a lot after our set. So not really. I mean, I don't really do any warm ups. I mean, sometimes I'll drink tea, but not really. Not really. No, I don't really do anything in particular for my voice. I just kind of go at it, and if it's good, it is good. If it's not, then maybe it'll be better the next night.
That's crazy. And writing wise, when you're writing your guitar parts, you try to make it work with your vocal parts so they don't get too difficult for you or like too complicated.
I mean, I definitely try to stick within my ability,
Mhm.
But I mean, well, if something's good, then we're gonna put it on the record, But I mean, so far we haven't had anything that's been too difficult, except for I was a little worried about. It's not on this record, but on that 7-inch we did for Metal Blade,
Mhm.
that song "Fatal Reality." I was worried about doing that song live, but I mean, we do it every night now,
Yeah.
and it's fine. So, you know, for the most part, I mean, we don't really do anything too crazy vocally, but when there's a lot of words and
Yeah.
you have to sing them all like that, it gets pretty challenging or scary before you actually do it. But I mean, for the most part, our stuff isn't really too complicated,
Yeah.
so I don't really get worried often. But I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future?
Makes sense. And with you writing lyrics, do you write towards the music that you guys already written, or do you like already have pre-written songs for yourself?
Um, it kind of depends on the timeline, I guess. I mean, for this record in particular, I mean, we definitely pulled songs like I was saying out of the archive that
Yeah.
of stuff maybe we've already had that didn't make it, or maybe even older stuff that we didn't use in our previous bands. But yeah, I mean, no, we don't sit down and force ourselves to write anything. I mean, there's been times where like we have to force ourselves to finish a song,
Yeah.
like it just needs one part. But for the most part, I mean, yeah, we just kind of write whenever it comes to us or whenever we're feeling like kind of inspired, I guess. But yeah, there's no like forced anything about it. Just kind of do it when it comes to you.
And as a vocalist, do you come up with the song names or do you guys come up with them as a band?
It depends on the song. I mean, we all kind of do that. Yeah, the song titles we all kind of do that, and lyrics are mainly me, or really all me and Ezra. So yeah, then we kind of just base the song titles off of what the lyrics are, obviously. So yeah, it's
And
kind
then
of it's a group effort for sure.
that's always cool. And then do you guys did you guys like have a certain way to come up with the track listing, or you guys just threw them all on the record?
Like the order of the songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, yeah, no, we definitely always have that like a conscious thing, you know, because we kind of think about it like a roller coaster, you know.
Yeah.
And also we like our records to kind of all flow together.
Mhm.
So, you know, like as far as like transitions and stuff goes. So yeah, we're definitely conscious of the running order of the songs, and definitely the first song, the middle song, the last song. Those are the most important in my mind.
Dang, that's pretty cool. That's always a smart way of doing it. And you guys just recently got back from a tour. What was your approach doing the set list? Because you only came out with one single by then, and you guys just released one right now. Did you add anything, or you guys couldn't add any new songs?
Yeah, we added stuff near the end because we were when Full of Hell left the tour because they only did a certain portion of it. We got bumped up a slot, right? So that means we had more time to play. So we went from half-hour set to 45-minute set. So we added in I think like 3 or 4 songs, and one of those was new. We were gonna end up playing because right now, regularly, like on a regular like support slot,
Mhm.
we would play. Let me think. We would play. Usually, lately, we've only been playing 2 of the new ones off the record.
Yeah.
But near the end of the Fetus run, we ended up playing 4 off the record. So yeah, I mean, and it's kind of the same way with the set list. You know, you want everything to. You don't want to play your most popular shit first. That's my opinion. So we kind of, you know, put kind of underrated songs
Yeah.
first, just to kind of get the crowd warmed up, whatever. You know, to reel them in, and then we'll put songs that will really flow well together for the next. Because we don't stop much during our set either. We don't
Yeah.
really talk at all. So you know, we'll have a good like 6 or 7 songs where they all flow together well, like transitionally, and then we'll
Dang, that's
stop
cool.
bullshit with the crowd a little bit, and then we'll play some new stuff and end it out with some of our popular stuff, like really popular stuff.
Dang. So with you guys, I know you guys are gonna do more tours. Do you see yourself moving around the track so you can try to play almost every song on this record, or are you guys gonna stick with popular ones once it's out?
No, I mean for so yeah, so when we announced the tour for the record, I think we're playing for over an hour. So we're gonna
Nice.
I don't think we're gonna play everything off the record,
Yeah.
but I think we're gonna try to play most of it. I mean, we're just gonna because by the time it comes out, it's gonna be out for 2 months before we go back on the road. So we'll have a pretty good idea of what people would want to hear. So we're gonna base it off that for sure. And then obviously, you know, play old stuff too, because we like playing it and people still want to hear it. So we're gonna try to work the set list to where it's we can get as many songs in there as possible instead of stopping a bunch of times and talking because no one really cares about that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try to work it out to where people get what they want, you know.
That's always cool. We always love when you guys do shit like that. How do you guys get ready for a tour?
Well, starts off with I guess just getting all the things you need for the tour, you know, obviously merchandise and a vehicle and you know, as far as like us playing the songs, since we're all in different parts of the country now,
Yeah.
we just kind of fly in and meet at one spot and we'll rehearse for almost a week before the tour and then we'll leave and go to the first show. So yeah, I mean we don't rehearse all the time. We usually just kind of rehearse before a tour for like a week or so. And
Makes
then
sense.
same thing with the studio. I mean, we'll get together every, you know, so often, rehearse it, and then when we get into the studio, we usually go in a couple days early and really rehearse in there and get the shit down tight. So it's the same thing basically for a tour.
That always makes sense. And then you guys already played on some cool lineups. Do you have a dream tour lineup you'd love to be on?
Yeah. OG Slayer would be the headliner. OG Sepultura, Caballero Brothers,
That'd be cool.
and fuck, I just talked about this yesterday. Who was the third band? Um, who was the fucking third band? Oh, Entombed, and then
Mm.
Stab Wounds. Obviously, I would want to be on that tour, so we would be the opener.
That'd be sick. And would you want them to
Yeah,
play certain records, like because like a lot of bands could play one record entirely? Would you want that?
yeah, I would want Slayer to play probably Hell Awaits all the way through, and then I'd want Sepultura to play Beneath the Remains all the way through,
Ooh.
and then Entombed, obviously Left Hand Path from front to back, you know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and then we would just play I don't know whatever whatever the people. I don't know what they would want us to play, but we just play our regular shit, I guess. But yeah, that'd be my dream tour lineup.
That'd be sick. Do you have any tour rituals or crazy rider requests?
Uh, no rituals. I mean, I just don't talk to anybody before we play because I get really nervous. So I
Yeah.
kind of go off by myself, and then after the first song, I'm usually okay. But rider requests, I mean, we usually just get some fucking food and
Yeah.
beers. So that's pretty much all we get on ours. We don't really ask for anything too crazy. We tried to get weed on our rider one time that didn't work. So it'll work some places, but not all places,
Yeah.
obviously.
That's what a lot of bands tell me. They're like, yeah, they'll just do a buyout, which is makes sense.
Yeah.
So with you going on tour often, do you listen to different music from like your normal day?
I mean, I pretty much listen to the same shit on tour than I would at home. Obviously a lot less metal on tour,
Yeah.
you know, especially after the show. But there'll be times where you know, before, like, we'll be on the way to a show in like the morning or whatever, and we'll play some metal. But yeah, I mean, I mainly just listen like, you know, country really, and then like the old school country, and then some like I don't even know how I would describe it, like some poppier type stuff, I guess.
So I'm like
Um
Madonna. I'm just kidding.
no, honestly, yeah, stuff like that kind of. Yeah, and then, you know, you got like the classic shit, you know, like the whatever metal bands and stuff like that, like Sepultura and stuff like that. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
definitely a lot less metal on tour than it would be regularly at home. I do listen to quite a bit of metal at home. So
And then do you guys already accomplished like a decent amount of things already? Do you have anything left on your bucket list that you're still trying to currently accomplish?
not necessarily. I mean, it'd be cool to, you know, win awards and shit, I guess, but I mean, we don't really care about that. But it'd be cool if it happened. But no, I mean, we just play shows and put records out, and then whatever happens, happens. We don't really have a plan or a goal to reach, you know, it's keep doing what we're doing, whatever happens, happens.
Hell yeah. And then I like to always ask vocalists or anyone what their Mount Rushmore for you would be death metal vocalists.
Well, I'd have to put David Vincent in there for sure.
Mhm.
LG from Entombed for sure. And then, you know, gotta put Barnes in there.
Hell
And
yeah.
then let me think. I mean, I would put Corpse Grinder in there too, you
Fuck
know,
yeah.
just because of his history and
Solid
also
vocalist, yeah.
a solid vocalist, you know. I mean, definitely, you know, helped me form what I'm doing, you know. So yeah, definitely those four.
And then for someone listening to your band for the first time, what 5 songs would you suggest them to listen to?
Mm, Masters of Morbidity, Fatal Reality, Skin Milk, Tore Upon the Throat. Can I include ones off the new record?
Hell yeah.
And then I would listen to Hands of Eternity.
Fuck yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a solid list. And then where can everyone keep up with you guys and buy this new record?
You can buy the record at Metal Blade on their website for the States. And then I think for Europe, you can go to Evil Greed's website. So you can get all that there if you're overseas. And then, yeah, I mean, just 200 Stab Wounds on Instagram, 200 Stab Wounds on Facebook, 200 Stab Wounds on Twitter. So, yeah, that's where you can find us. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I'd like to thank you for being on my show.
Cool. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm going to end this interview. See you guys next interview.